can tell now that it was overloaded for the amount of weight it could hold.
Right now at 10, 3 people are hurt after a downtown balcony collapses. New details on today's Mifflin Street block party turning very dangerous. And election deniers gather at the state capitol. Political reporter Will Keneally explains how they're now taking aim at the governor's race. Plus, Russian shelling continues as thousands of Ukrainians flee for safety. That's all coming up at 10. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. We are going to get to all of our top stories in just a moment, but it's been a busy day in the weather office, and really, we're going to get a look at your certified most accurate forecast with the busiest person in that office, meteorologist Dana Fulton.
It was an afternoon for us. Thankfully, right now, as I'm standing out here, no watches or warnings in effect for southern Wisconsin, but that wasn't the case for earlier today. As we look at our Doppler track over the last 3 hours, these storms rotating through. We saw some really heavy rain and high winds at times, but the good news here, things are lifting off to the northeast now, and we have a dry sky for us overnight heading into your Sunday. Temperature-wise, we're still in the upper 50s for Madison and Janesville, but look off to the western edge where temperatures are already falling down to the low 50s. That cooler air settling a little bit earlier for those westernmost counties. It is a bit breezy. Wind speeds overnight expected to be about 8 to 15 miles per hour, but as we look ahead to tomorrow, it'll be breezy through the afternoon with those wind speeds picking up a little bit more later in the day. A chance for some light showers on Sunday, mainly north of Dane County. Otherwise cooler outside. Highs will be in the low 50s, and this is going to lead into a cool and possibly a little rainy start to the work week next week. We'll take a closer look at what's in store for the first day of May in just a few minutes.
Thanks so much, Dana. Stay ahead of the latest severe weather warnings by downloading our First Warn Forecast weather app. It's free and available in the App Store. Just search WISC Weather. Severe storms caused some major damage overnight in parts of the Midwest. This is new drone video tonight from Kansas, where a community is torn apart after a tornado ripped through the area. Luckily, no one was killed, but some local officials say the area has years of recovery ahead of them. We're going to hear from people who live there coming up in just about 15 minutes.
We're certainly worried about them collapsing. If people are shoulder to shoulder and leaning over the railings, which aren't meant to hold people back, then we're probably at a dangerous level.
The video you're looking at right now is from about 10 years ago, April of 2012. Here at News 3 Now, we did a story on concerns at the annual Mifflin Street block party about the potential for porches to collapse. And now, this is video from today where 3 people were hurt as a balcony collapsed during this year's block party. Our Tahalil Mohadin was on Mifflin Street earlier this afternoon and shares what witnesses saw.
A day for students to blow off some steam before heading into finals, taking a dangerous turn.
There was a lot of shock. A lot of people didn't really know how to react. Everyone kind of just stood still for about 10 seconds.
A second-floor balcony on Mifflin Street overloaded.
And all of a sudden, all of the balconies swung to one side, and everyone fell forward right onto the stairs.
Injuring 3 people, 2 of them taken by ambulance to the hospital.
We saw a lot of people laying on the ground, on the stairs. A lot of people were crying around, had blood, you know.
Madison officers already on scene policing the unsanctioned block party, quick to respond.
The cops all ran over, everyone got out of the way, and everyone was just trying to make sure that people on the ground were okay.
Students, too, stepping in.
All the houses around, everyone was just focused on helping them.
Madison fire officials say this isn't the first time a balcony has collapsed at the block party.
That's why we have some of our inspection people here present at all times during this event, so that if we see any sign of a porch being overloaded, we can try to take care of that before anything else happens.
Unsure of what caused the balcony to break.
But we don't know exactly the shape that the porch itself was in prior to the people getting on it, so we're going to take a look at that as well.
But to prevent any further collapse, firefighters adding a temporary fix, stabilizing the building.
What it does is it keeps it from what we call racking, and that would be to twist this way, that way, or out. And so it's going to keep it nice and straight for now.
About an hour later, the festivities on Mifflin Street back in full swing. In Madison, Tahalil Mohadin, News 3 Now.
Once the scene was cleared by firefighters, the city building inspectors looked over the Mifflin home to help determine the cause of this collapse. At the block party today, police say they arrested 45 people, but only 1 person was taken to the jail. MPD says that today's crowd included about 10,000 people. Next tonight, a Waukesha motel is back open after a standoff involving police. You're looking at videos as officers say a man was holed up inside last night for more than 2 hours. When police approached his door and tried to talk to him, he threatened to kill officers. Negotiators eventually convinced this man to surrender. Somehow, no one was hurt. The 44-year-old suspect has not been identified yet. And this was the scene today in Canada's capital city. It was part of a motorcycle parade in a protest against government overreach. Organizers of the convoy say it's in support of freedom and military veterans. But local media say that many of people in today's rally were also at one earlier this year against COVID vaccine mandates for truckers. Here in Madison, hundreds of people rallied at the state capitol, calling again into question the 2020 election results, which courts and recounts have both upheld. But the politics of the election deniers have also now taken root in the governor's race. Political reporter Will Keneally was down at the Capitol and joins us now with more.
That's right. One of the most prominent figures pushing for the investigations into the 2020 election is Tim Ramthun, a state rep who's also running for governor. I caught up with him just off the Capitol grounds, which turns out is important.
But when I get back on the Capitol grounds, I'm not a gubernatorial candidate. I'm a 59th rep, and I'll be speaking about my resolution and what I'd like to see done with that resolution.
Representative Tim Ramthun can't speak about his run for governor when he's on Capitol grounds. But what he can talk about is his resolution to decertify the 2020 election.
A week ago this past Thursday, I resurrected it through LRB 6309. So LRB 6309 can be acted upon when a special and/or extraordinary session occurs with the legislature.
Today's rally was also Michael Gableman's first public appearance since his investigation was extended by Assembly Speaker Robin Vos earlier this week. Vos was supposed to close down the investigation, but changed course. At this rally, Gableman is now more of a figurehead than even the highest elected Republican in state government.
A phrase I just want everyone to memorize. It's only 2 words. Toss Vos. The man needs to go.
Also at the rally, a Republican primary challenger to Vos.
We have to get the people in that building who are going to make the change, and really the change and what we want to see.
The investigative part of Gableman is likely over. There's just a couple of court cases to hammer out. But Ramthun wants more.
I do believe that as he pokes the issues around where the money went with Zuckerberg and Michael Spritzer-Rubenstein and the Big Five, I'd like to see that investigation element continue. I'd like to see information around...
So the next date that we'll see for the Gableman investigation will be mid-July. That's when a Waukesha judge will hear arguments over whether Gableman has the authority to jail the mayors of the state's 5 largest cities over failing to testify in the investigation.
All right, thanks so much, Will. The number of state lawmakers retiring is now the highest in almost 70 years in Wisconsin. A combined 30 representatives and senators now say that they're calling it quits. You actually have to go back to 1954 to see a higher number in just one cycle. On tomorrow's For the Record, we speak with one of those senators. His reason for stepping down was focused on his family and his military career, but he had said a lot about the toxic politics of today's environment that helped this decision move along.
You have a system that is creating incentives, I think, sometimes that are misaligned with the general larger population. And it's tough to be a good legislator when, you have different parts of our, community pulling you in different directions.
You can hear much more from the state senator's conversation with our Naomi Coles tomorrow morning on For the Record.
More than a century after its founding, the WHCA works every single day to ensure the prerogatives of the independent press are protected so journalists can better serve the public.
After a 2-year hiatus due to the pandemic, the White House Correspondents' Dinner made its return tonight. President Biden spoke at the annual event. It was the first time a sitting president has attended this event since former President Barack Obama in 2016. The dinner began back in 1921. To the war in Ukraine tonight, a Russian news agency says that a group of civilians has left a steel plant where hundreds were sheltering. This was one of the last holdouts in Mariupol. Cole Higgins has the latest.
In the southern city of Mariupol, a Ukrainian resistance ruling out surrender.
If there is no choice but captivity, we will not surrender.
The city under intense Russian shelling since the start of the war more than 2 months ago. Some 100,000 people believed to be trapped there, including hundreds of soldiers and civilians holed up in a steel plant.
They're telling us it's a humanitarian disaster. There, the city is being destroyed. Basically, a beautiful, thriving city was turned into a concentration camp by the Russians.
Russian state news reporting Saturday that 25 civilians, including children, were allowed to leave the plant. CNN has not independently verified those claims. This as exclusive new satellite images show what remains of the plant. Ukrainian forces also hunkering down in the east amid relentless Russian attacks.
In Donbass, the occupiers are doing everything to destroy any life in this area. Constant brutal bombings, constant Russian strikes at infrastructure and residential areas show that Russia wants to make this area uninhabited.
To the south in Odessa, reports of multiple explosions. The military's operational command declaring the airport's runway damaged, potentially continuing a trend of Russia targeting supply lines and transit infrastructure this week. But the Ukrainians are fighting back. New footage shows Ukrainian forces striking Russian armor in the east Saturday. I'm Cole Higgins reporting.
And Hollywood actress Angelina Jolie is in Ukraine this weekend. Jolie is a Goodwill ambassador for the UN. She was visiting with children in the hospital after a missile strike by the Russians. Jolie also visited a boarding school and spoke with some students there. Next tonight at 10, some sad news tonight out of the world of music. Grammy-winning singer Naomi Judd has died. Judd was half of the country music duo, the Judds. The pair was just inducted in the Country Music Hall of Fame last week, and it just announced an arena tour to begin this fall. And as you can see right now, they also made a return to award shows earlier this month when they performed at the CMT Music Awards. In a statement this afternoon, Judd's daughter says, "Today we experienced a tragedy, losing our beautiful mother to a disease of mental illness. The cause of her death has not been made public just yet." Seeing yourself in a story. Coming up at 10, we'll take you to the Black Child Book Fair, where diversity means everything.
Hey everybody, who's coming to the big show? Meet me at Vet Aid, Saturday, June 11th at Oakshot Gaming and Casino in Wisconsin Dells for an all-day outdoor event. Come out for classic cars, trucks, and motorcycles during the day and stay for the concert at night. Featuring country superstar Trace Atkins, Runaway June, The Mascot Theory, and Beth Killyman. All benefiting heat and housing for heroes. Visit vetaidwi.com for more details.
It's Chevy Truck Month, and it's time to add the perfect accessories to your new Chevy. Make it bolder. Make it work harder. Make it your own. Find new possibilities. Find new roads. Very well-qualified buyers can get 0% financing on most Chevy pickup trucks. Plus, now during Truck Month, get a $1,000 accessory allowance toward the eligible purchase of a new Chevy truck with accessories. Chevrolet, the #1 selling brand in Wisconsin.
Of course you've seen underwear that fits like this, but never for bladder leaks. New Always Discreet Boutique Black. I feel protected all day, and it fits so discreet, you'd never know they're for bladder leaks. Always Discreet Boutique.
Introducing the all-new Gillette Labs with exfoliating bar. It combines shaving and gentle exfoliation into one efficient stroke for a shave as quick and easy as washing your face.
Grass looks great, Zeus. Hey, could you maybe trim the hydrangea too?
Sure thing, Kevin. You want me to do the box suits as well?
No. Finding the right person for the job isn't always easy. But when you have an insurance question, you can always count on your local Geico agent. They can give you personalized advice and could help you save hundreds.
Hey, Medusa, let's boogie.
For expert help with all your insurance needs, get to know your local Geico agent today.
Exciting things call for a drum roll, like this new offer on one of Wisconsin's favorite lotto games. It's Super Cash with Lightning Ball. During April, there's a 1 in 3 chance that the Lightning Ball strikes a set of 2 plays. When it does, players get an extra number, which means better odds of winning a prize. Top prize not included. Only in April. This exciting offer from the Wisconsin Lottery is going fast.
Sunday morning, a look at
Mental Health Awareness Month, as the first day of May brings a time to learn and accept life's challenges.
And a bit cooler, but we do have a shot of seeing some showers. We'll have your forecast from 6:30 to 8 tomorrow morning.
You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Across the country today, it's National Prescription Drug Take-Back Day. Police departments in all 50 states took part, giving people a safe and responsible way to dispose of their prescription drugs. The DEA calls the drug overdose pandemic in our country a public health and national security threat. Bill Murray is speaking out about his behavior towards women. Production of his upcoming film, Being Mortal, was shut down earlier this month after complaints about how he acted on the set. In his first public comments today, Murray said he thought he said something funny, but it wasn't interpreted that way. The 71-year-old says that he and the women are trying to make peace now. It hasn't been announced if the production of the film will be resuming. In more local news tonight, the Black Child Book Fair is making a stop this weekend in the Madison area. The Boys and Girls Club of Dane County hosted the fair's second stop on its spring tour. Organizers say that books for black children can be really hard to find, but they want to make sure that black children across the United States see their faces that look like theirs and hear stories about the people that look like them in these books.
With black characters are only 10% of the mainstream. So we provide an outlet for parents that are looking for books that include children of color, as well as an outlet for the independent author who is trying to get their work out to the public.
And you can learn much more about the Black Child Book Fair on its Facebook page. Next tonight at 10, luckily no one was killed when a tornado tore through Wichita, Kansas area last night, damaging buildings and leaving thousands without power. As CBS News' Michael George shows us, people are just beginning to assess the destruction.
The powerful tornado damaged dozens of homes and buildings across south central Kansas, including this YMCA just a few miles east of Wichita.
Wasn't there for that long, but it felt like the longest 10 seconds of my life.
I saw the cone start to drop. I told my wife, I said, I think we've got a funnel cloud. It immediately formed, dropped down. We were grabbing our dogs, getting into the basement.
The twister moved through the area Friday evening, knocking down power lines and tossing these cars in the city of Andover around like toys.
We're working really close as a team to make sure that we have a good assessment of the damage that's happening, as well as just to continue to search to make sure that everybody is safe.
To the north, near Harrington, this twister touched down along a country road. On Saturday, daylight revealed block after block of homes and trees broken apart.
We're just going to try and see if there's anything else we can salvage.
Kansas Governor Laura Kelly declared a state of disaster emergency for the hardest hit areas. That'll make state resources available to help with response and recovery efforts. Michael George, CBS News.
In addition to the tornado, the National Weather Service and storm spotters also said that hail the size of softballs were reported in both Kansas and Nebraska. Goodness, that's insane, Dana.
A lot going on yesterday out in the plains. For us today, we did have some stronger thunderstorms move through. That tornado watch earlier in the day, triggering a few tornado warnings with that line passing through. But now things rotating and clearing off to the east. This cold front passed through, bringing in our main line of storms. But again, now things that are pulling off to the northeast, and that's going to lead to drier conditions for us overnight and for your Sunday. Overall, most of the rain off to the northeast. This rotation centered over the Twin Cities right now. We could see an isolated shower pass through over the next few hours, but things generally trending dry for us overnight, and a slight chance for us for an isolated shower on Sunday. As far as storm reports go, thankfully southern Wisconsin not bringing in any damage reports right now. We did see a hail report pop up south of Platteville and Grant County. The wind damage reports and the stronger storm reports coming in down for us in northern Illinois and central Illinois. Mostly cloudy overnight with temperatures dropping to the upper 40s. It will be cooler outside tomorrow. Highs in the afternoon will only land in the low 50s. Mostly cloudy skies expected for Sunday with just a slight chance for an isolated shower, mainly north of Madison. Monday morning will be in the low 40s, so another cool start to the day. Afternoon high temperatures expected to climb back up to the mid to low 50s with a little more sunshine for us in the afternoon. We'll have some pockets of sun coming through later in the day, so not an overall mostly sunny sky, but It will be nice to have a little more sun after a cloudier stretch. High temperatures tomorrow again in the low 50s. It will be breezy outside. Wind speeds about 10 to 20 miles per hour and certainly cooler than we were today and still trending below average. We have that slight chance for showers expected to build in for us mainly north of Dane County. Breezy for Sunday. Monday we have a bit of a break with a bit of sun coming through in the mid 50s on Monday. Tuesday we'll have a little bit of sun early, but then we have rain chances for us for Tuesday with high temperatures in the upper 40s. Wednesday, upper 50s, dry conditions, variably cloudy and cool on Wednesday with more rain expected for us on Thursday and for Friday. That last chance of rain hopefully ties a bow on it for the week and carries us into a dry weekend. Right now, next Saturday and Sunday do look dry for us with highs back close to average in the mid to low 60s. We're wrapping up April. We still have some more showers. But as we've already talked about a few times, hopefully this transitions into some Mayflowers.
Yeah, I saw that little peak of sunshine at the end of the forecast, and now the song from the Beatles, Here Comes the Sun,
that's it.
Stuck in my head.
I think I could have just played that for the last 3 minutes, and it would have done just fine for the forecast.
Yeah, all right. You know what? Next hit, we'll do that.
We'll do that.
That's what we're going to do. All right. Thank you, Dana. Jake Ferguson is heading to the league, and the Badger great will be catching passes from a big-name quarterback. We're going to tell you who that is next in sports.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
1-800-GOT-JUNK can bring the springtime anytime.
Oh, yes! We make junk disappear. All you have to do is point. Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
There are so many things we take for granted, and along with them, sometimes we take the people who depend on them for granted too. How can they survive with record increases in their basic cost of living? And through no fault of their own, they're being left behind. If you or someone you know needs a hand up, our energy, water, and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home. You may not ask for it, but we're here to help.
A lot of folks ask me why their dishwasher doesn't get everything clean. I tell them, it may be your detergent. That's why more dishwasher brands recommend Cascade Platinum, with the soaking, scrubbing, and rinsing built right in. For sparkling clean dishes the first time. Cascade Platinum.
Dawn is flipping the way America does dishes. New Dawn Platinum Easy Squeeze. It's an upside-down bottle with no cap. Just grab, squeeze, and Platinum's upgraded formula breaks down grease faster. Tackle grease wherever it shows up. No flip, no mess. Dawn Easy Squeeze.
Don't get stuck with internet and TV that costs more and does less. Set yourself free with Spectrum and get it all from one provider. Get Spectrum Internet with enough speed for all your devices all at once with speeds of 200 megabits.
Whoa. That's fast.
Plus, get a free modem and free desktop security to keep you safe online. Get Spectrum Internet for $49.99 a month. Call 833-605-4999. And don't get stuck with the same old TV. Multiply your screens. Spectrum TV with a free Spectrum TV app lets you watch here, there, and everywhere. Stream live TV, sports, news, and more on any device. Plus, access up to 85,000 on-demand titles. Get Spectrum TV from $49.99 a month. Call 833-605-4999. Don't get stuck paying more for less. Pick and choose the services you need. Spectrum Internet or TV, or get them both for $49.99 a month each. All with no contracts. Call 833-605-4999.
Culver's couldn't have started anywhere but in Sauk City, Wisconsin. Still today, we are a family restaurant. Here, nearby farms grow the food we eat, smiles are contagious, and everyone is someone's neighbor. It's a place where our love of fresh food is as strong as our love for each other. It's a feeling of welcome you'll notice the moment you stop by. Because where we come from has made us who we are, and for that, we couldn't be more proud. Welcome to Delicious.
1-800-GOT-JUNK can bring the springtime anytime. Oh, yes! We make junk disappear. All you have to do is point. Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
guard and the Badgers are not done adding to this year's roster. UW picked up a commitment this afternoon from transfer guard Max Klesmit. Klesmit is actually from Neenah, but he spent his first 2 seasons in college at Wofford. In 31 games last season, he averaged nearly 15 points per game and shot 34% from 3. Wisconsin was hosting Klesmit for an official visit this weekend. After an incredible 4-year career as a Badger, tight end Jake Ferguson will now get his chance to take his talents to the next level in Dallas. The Cowboys selected Ferguson in the 4th round of today's 2022 NFL Draft, which was actually a couple rounds earlier than some experts had previously predicted. Ferguson was a consistent presence in the Badgers offense over the past 4 years, setting a school record for consecutive games with at least 1 catch, and he was also named a Big Ten first teamer in 2021. After going with defense on night 1, the Packers got aggressive on days 2 and 3 of the draft, replenishing their offense. Last night, the Pack swapped picks with the Vikings, which was really surprising, to grab NDSU wideout Christian Watson in the 2nd round. And then today, Green Bay followed that up by drafting Nevada wide receiver Romeo Doubs with their first pick on day 3. They also picked up a guard and a linebacker in the later rounds.
With the 109th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Seattle Seahawks select Kobe Bryant, defensive back, Cincinnati.
Okay, this was one of the coolest moments of the weekend. The Seahawks picking Kobe Bryant. The Cincinnati quarterback was named after the NBA great, of course. His parents were big fans of Kobe, but they wanted to give him a little different spelling of his name so that he could have some individuality. The crew was looking to keep things rolling tonight at home, and as they take on the Cubbies in Milwaukee tonight, and Chicago had no answers for lefty starter Eric Lauer. Lauer was brilliant over his 7 innings pitched, striking out 11 Cubs, only giving up 1 run on just 5 hits. On offense, Rowdy Tellez led the way for the crew, including a 2-run homer in the 5th. That all but removed out from this ball game. Milwaukee eventually goes on to win 9-1 tonight. And finally, legendary Rutgers women's basketball coach C. Vivian Stringer is calling it a career after leading the Scarlet Knights over the past 27 seasons. Stringer, who spent 50 years in coaching, will leave the profession 5th all-time on the NCAA wins list and was the first coach to lead 3 different Division I programs to Final Fours. Rutgers says they are going to announce that they're going to rename their court on Jersey Mike's Arena in her honor. Okay, stay right with us. Dana's going to be back with one last check of your forecast right after the break.
With employee pricing at Denver Mattress, you pay what we pay. Backed by popular demand, our employee discount is available to everyone for a limited time. Get 15% off any single Denver Mattress brand product when you spend $9.99 or more. And with our 365-night better sleep guarantee, you'll rest easy knowing you're getting the right mattress. Plus 5 years no interest and free shipping. You pay what we pay with Denver Mattress employee pricing. Available now for everyone.
It only takes a second for an everyday item to become dangerous. Tide Pod's Child Guard Pack helps keep your laundry packs in a safe place and your child safer. To close, twist until it clicks. Tide Pod's Child Guard Packaging.
Do you struggle with occasional nerve aches in your hands or feet? Try Nervive Nerve Relief from the world's #1 selling nerve care company. Nervive contains alpha-lipoic acid to relieve occasional nerve aches, weakness, and discomfort. Try Nervive Nerve Relief.
Are your windows drafty, broken, or your energy bills on the rise? Champion is here to help. It's replacement window season, and we're celebrating with buy 2 windows, get 2 free. At Champion, we design new windows specific to your home's needs. Then they are built in our very own factory, installed by a team of professionals, and guaranteed for a lifetime by our best-in-class warranty.
Right now, buy 2 windows, get 2 free. Call or go online to book your free estimate at getchampionwindows.com.
In the military, we call it dereliction of duty. Ron Johnson is supposed to serve Wisconsin. Instead, he served himself. An investigation found Ron Johnson pushed through a special tax loophole that benefited his own family's business. Then he cashed out of the company for $5 million. Ron Johnson has doubled his wealth since taking office. That's a dereliction of duty. Tell Ron Johnson to stop passing tax laws that benefit himself.
It's Chevy Truck Month, and it's time to add the perfect accessories to your new Chevy. Make it bolder. Make it work harder. Make it your own. Find new possibilities. Find new roads. Very well-qualified buyers can get 0% financing on most Chevy pickup trucks. Plus, now during Truck Month, get a $1,000 accessory allowance toward the eligible purchase of a new Chevy truck with accessories. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
Announcing Madison Magazine's Best of Madison 2022. Vote for your favorites online, including the Del Bar, Best Supper Club, Best Steakhouse, Best Destination Restaurant. Vote the Del Bar today at madisonmagazine.com.
You want to feel important, to be a part of something bigger, something that matters and can help change things.
We know. We felt that way too.
And that's why we joined the Army National Guard. Take on your legacy.
Visit nationalguard.com to find out more.
Join me in the 608 weekdays on News 3 Now this morning.
You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Finally tonight, you have probably heard someone say McDonald's burgers would probably survive an apocalypse. Now you may want to add the restaurant's fries to that list. Look at this. A couple says that a bag of McDonald's food is from 1959. They found it in the walls of their Chicago home during a renovation project. They say the fries are still pretty sturdy and have a good bit of color to them. They say that they're open to selling the fries. Dana?
No.
As a former McDonald's employee yourself?
Right. So we've established this, I think most people know that Gary is a former McDonald's employee.
Yes,
but
yes.
Additional fun fact, if there's ever News 3 Trivia Night, Brad and I are also former McDonald's employees. So I apologize. We would not buy the fries, though. I don't think
No.
That's a good idea.
I'm done making those fries.
No, but to any of our fast food workers, man, your fry person, that is your crutch person during a lunch rush. It's got to be, they got to be quick with the baskets. They got to be quick on the draw, so they're important, of course. Important part of the team.
The more you know.
Side rant, on to weather now. And I won't talk anymore about fries, guys. Tomorrow it'll be cloudy outside in the low 50s on Sunday. Monday, the mid 50s, a little more sun. Showers at night Monday into Tuesday. Tuesday cooler in the upper 40s. Will be near 60 Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday with sunshine next weekend.
Dana, thank you so much for your McDonald's expertise and your weather. Have a great rest of your night, everyone.